Okay, here we are. Hello, everyone. TN Grow Wealth Together. You're here with Tyra. It's a Sunday for me. I'm on Vancouver Island, and I'm very happy that you are joining me from wherever you are. I want to take care of a little bit of business. The platform that I'm using is StreamYard, so you have to give them permission on the little, where am I here? Everything's backwards. StreamYard here. You have to give them permission if you want to comment. That'd be great. I love interaction. So go ahead and comment away. But just remember during the interview, I'm probably not going to be answering you. I want to concentrate on what my guest has to say, but I will indeed answer you. Okay, so a little bit more business. If you are watching on Facebook or YouTube, feel free to like, follow, subscribe, share, go ahead. And next week, I have a guest coming on the 16th at 7 p.m. PST, all the way from Papua New Guinea. I have David Bakau joining us, so I'm really looking forward to that. I hope you guys let everybody know and come join me. One more thing, if you have any questions about OnPassive, you want to know how to invest, any of that stuff, please go ahead and message me, reach out to me. I would love to talk with you. Okay, so we've covered that. Now to the important part here, why we are here today. So I have a gentleman all the way from the UK with us. I would like to probably describe him as a leader of leaders. He silently works in the background, but we're going to bring him to the forefront here right away. And he enjoys helping people see the value of the company OnPassive. He has built a large team since 2018 and has mentored many strong leaders in the OP family. So let's go here. Without further ado, I would like to introduce Peter Rogers. Welcome, Peter.
Oh, thank you, Tara. Thanks for inviting me along. And thank you, everybody, for obviously watching.
Yes, glad you could make it. I know for you, it's probably evening there already, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just gone 8 o'clock in the UK.
Okay.
8
Yeah.
PM.
Well, that's good. It took us a bit to get organized with our times, and I'm so glad we were able to do it and I could get you over here. So let's jump in, Peter. Now, you invested with OnPassive, the company, back in 2018. Now, why did you find for you personally that it was a good fit?
Well, back in 2018, I was working online, doing other platforms to do with Bitcoin. I was working with Red Redfern. A lot of people obviously here will know Red. We worked together as a team, and we were doing different projects to do with Bitcoin. We were involved with different platforms, and we got stung like everybody else, in those days. And at the time, Red and I obviously decided that we would look for a platform, a product-based platform.
Okay.
And we didn't know what was around. We were just looking, and Red was looking. And obviously, Red invited me. He sort of gave me a call the one day and said, "Pete, I think I've seen something that we ought to look at." And me knowing Red, I said at the time that just send me what the information you need to send me. He sent me a link, and I actually signed up without even looking at the information that he actually sent me at the time. It was a video that he sent me, and obviously I just paid the subscription of the $97 before I even really got to know anything about OnPassive. And the reason why I looked at OnPassive, obviously I'll go into that in a bit more detail later on, but Red sort of said that after a period of time, he said, "Look, we've been invited to go along to a webinar by the CEO, Ash Mafara." And I said, "Okay, well, we'll go along and have a look to see what he's got to say." But really, at that time, I didn't have a clue what the business was about. It was just something that Red had obviously shared with me, said something we really need to look at.
Yes.
And it was obviously shown to him by Derek Ventnor, who's a very good friend of ours anyway. And I just obviously had trust in these guys. And we went along to this webinar that Ash Mafara had obviously put on, which was about a week later after I actually signed up and paid my fee of the $97. And it was just faith. And obviously, when I went on that webinar, me and Red, there was only, at the time, there was only about 100 people on the webinar. And overall, within the OnPassive Go-Founders business, there was only about 2,500 founders at that time when we joined.
Oh, wow.
So I joined something really, I didn't have a clue what it was about. It was just obviously, Red said, let's have a look at this. And we did. And, obviously after going on that webinar with with Ash Mafara and listening to what he was saying, listening to his passion, and, it was a lot to take in. We couldn't understand full story, what he was trying to put across, but he was so passionate about what he was saying. I said to Red that after the webinar, I said, I think there's something we really need to look at. And obviously we were involved ever since from then onwards. One thing that we did decide when we did decide to look at OnPassive is that we weren't going to just join a business and basically sit and look at it. If we were going to do the business, get involved in this business, we were going to do this business.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? So, and that's how I saw the business basically, and obviously we're to where we are today.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, pardon me. I hear that often with people, when they hear passion from a leader, they're willing to jump on board before maybe they know the full details because of that passion. And I think that's very important in any business.
Definitely. I mean, what Ash was actually portraying at the time, sharing with us, was just a vision. It was something that he wanted to do.
Yes.
But the way he was putting it across, it was so much passion in what he was saying. We just felt that we had to do something with what he was saying, really.
Indeed.
And I mean, at the time, obviously, with he was saying on that webinar, he said, what we'll do, we'll have what we'll call a back office, which was Go-Founders. I mean, to be honest, at the time, we didn't have a back office. It was just all this was done on a spreadsheet with Ash.
Right. You were building.
He was sharing his story, what he wanted to do, and the back office was a spreadsheet. And I remember on that video, he was on the webinar, he was talking about that we'll have a Go-Founders back office. Now there was obviously we've got the Go-Founders office now, but he was talking about what products would be in that back office, such as the links that we've got today. 160 invite links and plus. And I mean, we never had that at the time when we started. All we had to invite people to look at this was 2 videos. And obviously Ash was saying, I'm going to build this system. We'll have a back office. I'm going to produce links where you have videos where you can share this opportunity with people and, and basically spread the word. And, we were sort of there saying, okay, that's great. And lo and behold, over the period of time, over the 18 months, we've had 4 or 5 different updates on our back office. With Go-Founders, we've had everything that Ash has said has come to fruition. It's been absolutely amazing, really. And so obviously, we use the back office for what it's used for.
Oh, wow. Well, that's so exciting to be in right from the birth of it and what you're seeing in the last couple years and what has progressed. And as you said about Ash, the CEO, that he delivered the things that he was talking to you about back in those 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's right. He did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So,
mean,
that so leads so perfectly to something that I believe in when we come into investing is there's kind of three elements that I always think about in before coming, say, into a company or doing an investment or anything like that. I like to think about, okay, who are these people or the person? What about the products that are there? And what about the potential? So if we could for a minute talk, well, more than a minute, obviously, if we could talk about, let's say I'm new, I've discovered OnPassive, I want to look at it. Let's talk about first the person, okay? Because if I'm going to invest, I want to trust the person that I'm going to invest with. So let's talk about the person and the people, because there's more than just the one CEO. Can we talk about that for a bit?
yeah. Obviously, you get invited to have a look at OnPassive by a friend or a relative or whatever. Obviously, you got trust straight away with the person who is invited you. So don't get me wrong, a lot of people get invited to this business, they get invited and they don't know the person who's actually invited them to look at it.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's, like myself, obviously I've betrayed myself to the people I invited. People have trusted me. Same with obviously other leaders. They've invited people that these people are getting involved. Obviously, these people, and it's the passion in you. If you can share that passion and what you believe in and what you want to share with them, it just rubs off on them. But you've got to be careful that you don't. Okay, can I say you got to be careful that you don't tell them too much. Just to see what I mean. It's
Yes.
because sometimes, I mean, I'm excited about this business, no doubt about it. I've grown a fantastic team, and it's not all just down to me. I've had some great leaders helping me build my team, and that's one thing I can say about this business. You come into this business, and you're not on your own. You're coming in, you're blank. I mean, I'm not. I'm not really a wizard on the computer. And there's a lot of people that come in and are not a wizard on the computer. All I
Right.
can say is don't let that hold you back.
Right.
This is a business that anybody can do. And the help is there with the leaders, with the team, people that's building this. It's there to help you. And I can tell you now, if I can build this, anybody can build it. I can tell you that for now. Um, I just want to sort of say that in the beginning, when we first saw this opportunity, as I said, I was involved with Red. We were doing a online business with different leaders already in the business, Marty DeGarmo, as you know, um, and we were sort of learning from a guru, as Marty puts it, how to learn about different ways of how to build a Facebook channel, how to advertise on Facebook. We were learning all these tips from a guru. And I mean, that's how I met Marty, really, because Marty seemed to know more about how to portray himself better than the guru did at the time. And, what I want to say is that you don't have to be a wizard to be on the computer to
Right.
build it.
Right.
I'm like losing my track here, but it's a simple business to build. You got to obviously trust in the person who shares this with you. That's automatic. If you're going to know the person who's going to share it with you, and have faith. That's all I'm going to say. Really, have faith. You're not going to learn everything in 10 minutes about this business. This business has been running for 2.5, 3 years now.
Yes.
This has been in Ash Mafara's head probably for the last 15, 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
He's put this together. So when people come in and they want to learn about OnPassive and Go Founders, don't just because you watched a webinar, you're not going to learn it all in one webinar. You've got to educate yourself with it.
Right.
And the people here within the groups, obviously we've got the Facebook groups. You'll be invited along to come into a Facebook group. If you don't get on with the person who's shared it with you, find somebody in the group who's going to help you, because there's hundreds of people there,
Yeah.
who will help you build this business. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, well, that makes perfect sense. You know, even though you may not know the CEO personally, you have had, as you said, somebody invite you that you know, and that's what I find with growing my team. You know, initially, because I see the hugeness of this, you want to share it with friends and family so they benefit from it. So, of course, you know, there is that starting off that people know me and they have to decide, okay, well, can I trust what she's saying? And this is basically what you're saying. You know,
Yeah.
so then you come in and you can have an opportunity through our founder meetings to meet Ash through those meetings
That's
and
right. Yeah.
hear for yourself his passion and what he has to say.
That's it. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, so I said, it's about educating yourself. It's no good making a rash decision about this, because it's a, you know, this is a big, big business. It's going to be the biggest it's ever been online. And,
Right.
you know, and, you know, for the new people that's obviously watching this and want to, you know, are not really sure, just get back to the person and, you know, educate, get them to give the information that's needed, and just take your time. You know, it's not, you know, everybody's going to be successful in this business. You know,
Yes,
you don't have to sign on the dotted line and sign your life away. You know, make a decision for yourself. It's going to change your life. There's no doubt about that.
indeed.
And you know, you just got to go with the flow with it.
Yes.
So,
So then the other of the three elements that I had mentioned, the other one is products. You know, when someone comes into a company, they're saying, okay, well, what is this company? What's its products? Can you talk to us a little bit about, I know, you know, there's a lot of things that we're not saying yet because it's not fully gone public. So of course, you know, there's some of that, but there are things that you're able to talk to us about pertaining to the products.
well, obviously there's about 50, well, what we've been told and what we have seen, there's about 50 products, and they are, well, what we've seen with, you know, like Connect Me, Connect Me, that's a product. It's like Zoom. You know, what Ash has shown us on a webinar with Connect Me, you know, it's a lot easier to use than Zoom. There's a lot of different tools in the Connect Me. Obviously, what Zoom haven't really got. I mean, I can't really sort of go into too much of the products. Obviously, we all don't know what all the products are at this moment. We
Right.
just know that there's a lot of products there, and what we've seen and been shown on the webinars is mind blowing. And you know, again, you've got to really sort of look into that. You know, educate yourself on that through the webinars that's available when you join as a founder. And no, it's I can't really say no more than that. Obviously, we've all signed an NDA, and so we can't say too much on
Exactly.
the product line. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, and the thing that I really found personally, and maybe you can agree with this or add to it, I'm not sure, but I found I was working online with an affiliate for 3 years, and I had to learn everything from scratch on how to advertise. How can I drive traffic to my website? How can I do all of these things? And I mean, I don't have 20 years experience. I was just starting from nothing. And I spent and lost a ton of money. So when I came upon OnPassive and heard that they'd be advertising, marketing, driving traffic, like all of these things, it so appealed to me because I understood that. Now, can you expand on that? Because you did say you were doing different things before OnPassive. So you
Yeah,
could
I can. You know,
relate.
I mean, you know, obviously, when I first got involved on an online business, I mean, we had to have when you're building a business like like we were involved in Bitcoin, we were involved in a platform to do with Bitcoin, and we were obviously had a guru who we got involved with who was teaching us how to create a Facebook page because I hadn't got a clue. So they was teaching us, but we had to pay.
Yes.
This you don't get this for nothing. And the guru was charging us, I think it was $100 a month. He was going to build funnels for us, and because he was building funnels, that was another $100 a month for we had to pay. And then we had if you had developed a big email list, you had to have like an Aweber, and that was like $50 or $60 a month. I spent a fortune, probably $500-600 a month, trying to build a business that I never made any money at.
Right.
And you got to the stage where I just thought, I'm wasting my money, I'm wasting my time, I'm not getting anywhere. I'm spending all this money every month and not getting anywhere. And this is one of the reasons why it really attracted me with OnPassive, because obviously when Ash said he's going to develop all these links and give us all these little videos to do with a LinkedIn invite link, and that's a funnel. Basically, that is a funnel. And we got 150 of them for $97. One-time payment. That's it. And that's how it basically happened. I was in online, paying all this money per month, not really making any money. In fact, I was losing money, and that was the reason why we wanted to look for more of a product-based business. Didn't know nothing about OnPassive at the time, and that's why Red was looking. I was looking. He hadn't defined OnPassive before me, and with when we saw this, we decided we would knock all that on the head. Of paying the $97 to this company and that company, we were just going to work with OnPassive and use the material that our GoFounders just use the material what GoFounders with the webinars being available to us, with all the material in the back office. We've saved a fortune really, and we've built big teams just from the back office of GoFounders. Obviously, with some of the big leaders that I've attracted. It's not down to me. It's a team effort, as I said. Marty DeGarmo, I was working with Marty, obviously on this Bitcoin platform. I don't want to keep going on about that. Me and Red, we just disappeared from doing what we were doing, and we disappeared for a couple of months. And although I knew Marty and I was working with Marty at the time, Marty contacted me and said, you haven't been around for a while. What are you doing? And I said, Marty, you've got to look at this. You've got to, and he could see by the excitement in my voice. I shared the business with him. I gave him the videos. I said, Marty, you need to check this out.
Yeah.
Obviously, Marty's a big part of our team today, and Mike Ellis and everybody else, obviously there. And then obviously, I've attracted other people as well. I've built a YouTube channel. And it's I've attracted big leaders through my YouTube channel. It's not been an easy process. I've learned all this as I've gone on 2.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And what I want to say is that a lot of people, they get involved and they're saying that they can't sponsor anybody. You just got to take your time and work at it.
Yes,
it's easy, really.
Yes,
and you just might find that one person who could be a Marty DeGarmo, or could be Victor Omar-Ladi. Okay, these people, they're big leaders. They're big in building big teams, and we work as a team. We all work together as a team, and that's the beauty about this business. You haven't got to be anything special.
Yes,
you work with a team. We all help each other.
Right. Yeah. Well, that is true. And knowing, like we said at the beginning here of this about the products, knowing that there's X amount of products and what they're going to do for any business, or even if people don't have a business online, but they find OnPassive can be their business.
That's right.
As you've been saying, there's a large community of people that work together and help each other. So, I mean, for $97 to have those two things that we spoke about already is nothing, really.
That's right.
So that leads me into the third element, which is potential. So here I am, I'm investing my 97, I'm coming in, I'm becoming a founder with the company OnPassive. Now I want to look at the potential. So can you talk to us a little bit about what you're feeling the potential is for return on my investment, for where OnPassive is going to go? Because soon there's going to be a public launch when everything is beta tested, when everything's ready. So talk to us about potential.
Well, potential, this is life-changing, absolutely life-changing. You know, I'm a businessman. I run a conventional business. You know, I run um, it's a convenience store I run, which I own. And
Okay.
obviously, it's took me a long time to obviously develop the income that I earn from that. Now, this business here is a passive income. You only have to do the work once, and the income is ongoing, and it keeps growing. And I mean, like um, Ash was saying, you know, with you know, you only have to sponsor 3, and you're free. And I mean, what I mean by that is, all you have to do is share this business with 3 people. They sign up, and obviously, at the end of the month, you have to pay a subscription every month. You pay $97. When we go live, then obviously there'll be the product which will be available. You'll pay a monthly fee for those products, okay? And then obviously, if you're growing a team, and you've got to remember with OnPassive are going to build your team as well for you. It's not about you going out and building the team. OnPassive, okay? No other business has ever done this.
No, I
They're
was
going to
going
go
to
out,
say that's unheard of. I mean, what
yeah.
company builds for you?
You know, so I mean, once we go live, you know, even you know, OnPassive got the email campaigns. I think there's 5 or 6 that are rolling campaigns, and you know, the company are going to build and put people in your business below you. Okay, so your income will grow. The more people that's obviously being added to your group or your teams, okay, the more, you know, the income that you're going to have, and it's never ending. It's just going to keep growing and growing. You've got to remember, we've got over 50 different products. You know,
Right.
just give you an example with like Zoom. Zoom have, I mean, at the moment, we have 360,000 founders in, OnPassive co-founders business. We are having over 3,000 people join in a day. That's how quick it's growing. You look at Zoom. Okay, Zoom have got 10 million users a day.
Okay.
Okay, one of the products, as I said earlier on, was Connect Me. It's equivalent to Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've only got 350 or 60,000 founders, 10 million, you know, subscribers to Zoom. When they see the OnPassive Oh Connect Me, they're going to be leaving Zoom by the drove. 2 reasons: the product's a lot better, easier to use, and it's cheaper to use on a monthly basis. You know, that's just one product out of 50. I mean, you know, there's, as I said, there's 50 products. So the potential for growth in OnPassive is phenomenal.
Yes.
So, you know, obviously you get a percentage when, you know, when your team starts to grow. You get a percentage from each person, okay, who obviously subscribes to Oh Connect Me or to one of the other products. You get, it's like going into a shop, okay, and you being a founder of that shop, you get a percentage of being that, you know, like an owner like me. Then I get a percentage of what comes through my till every day. And that's
Yes.
basically what a founder is to do with OnPassive. Okay, they are a founder of a big shop, so they get a percentage of the take, and it's not every week or every month. It's every day, because as your team grows, your income grows. I think I've tried to portray that as best as I can. Okay.
Wow. When you just stop and think about it, it's really quite amazing that a person can come in. You're not a shareholder, but you own a little piece of that pie, as a founder, and then once it launches as a customer, and to actually be paid, it's really mind-boggling. Like we've tried to compare it to some of the mega names out there, and it's really hard to do because people are looking at what's happening now, but consider where they started, and maybe they started with a couple founders. Maybe they started in a deep level of debt to get everything going. Well, here is the company OnPassive, and over what did you say, 350,000 founders, debt free.
That's right. I mean, the company is going to be launching very soon. It's a debt-free company. Hasn't got any debt. It's built these products, over 50 odd products from the ground upwards. They've not borrowed them from any other one. They've made these products themselves. And
Yes.
as I said, we have seen some of them. Okay, so you look at the likes of Google and these other companies. They've taken years and years and years to obviously to be the business they are today. OnPassive will be a unicorn business from day one. And obviously with a unicorn business, that's turning over £1 billion from day one.
Wow.
Okay.
So that kind of translates to what, about 3 in US funds, would you say? Because you're in the UK, so pounds.
Yeah, I'm in the UK, so yeah, it's probably more than that. I don't really know the figures. I haven't got them written down, but I know that obviously with OnPassive, when it launches, we're going to be a unicorn company. I think to be a unicorn company, I think it's 10 billion to start with. So I know from within a few days of launch, that company, because of the founders coming in, we are going to create ourselves as being a unicorn company.
Wow.
It's
Go ahead.
mind blowing, really. I can't explain it in a conversation. This is what I'm saying about people really need to look at this business and get themselves educated on it. And it's phenomenal, and the income that you can generate from this is I'm just taken back. Even when we launch, the income that I'm going to generate from day one is just, it's a passive income, and it's unbelievable what the potential what this business can offer. It really is.
Truly, yes, indeed. So I'm going to start wrapping up here, but one question that came to my mind, because you did say passive a couple times. So I do, and you did say about how you're working at growing your team. So it seems that we have 2 options. We can join OnPassive and be passive and not do anything, or we can actually start building even before the public launch. Is that correct?
That's right. Yeah. I mean, anybody can join and be a founder and have the company OnPassive build their business.
Right.
Okay, so you can pay $97. If you're not a builder, if you're not sure about what you're doing, a bit like me, you can just get a founder's position, and the company will build your business.
Right.
Okay. On the other hand, if you want to get to that position where you want to have a passive income a lot quicker, have the big income, okay, you got the opportunity to share this business, as a co-founder, to share it, to obviously build a team of founders. And obviously, what I've done, what Red has done at the time, we decided if we were going to build this, we were going to do it. So we built a big team of founders, and and it's phenomenal, and how it's grown, really. And as I said, you don't have to be a builder. You can just join as a founder, let the company do the work for you, and get an income from it. Okay, but if you want to earn the big incomes, the 5-figure incomes, the 6-figure incomes at a quicker rate, then build a team.
Right.
All you got to do is just share the business with a few friends, and they might see the light like you have or I have. and and it is mind blowing, really.
Indeed, indeed. So really, in wrapping up, the company and becoming a founder is pretty unlimited because of the potential. I mean, I've heard different numbers, like there's 4 billion internet users out there. So really, there's quite a huge
Endless.
reach for a person, say as myself or yourself, building a business and the potential of residual income. Totally.
I mean, it's endless. As I said, with Zoom, there's 10 million subscribers to that a day. You imagine having 10 million people coming in and joining OnPassive as a founder, or, at the end of the day, the founder's position is actually going to be finishing very soon.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, we're hoping it's going to be launching just before Christmas. If not, it's going to be January. We're having the soft launch. And as soon as we have the soft launch, then we go on to, obviously the soft launch is only going to be, I don't know, for probably 2-3 weeks. I don't know. We don't know how long it's going to be for. But as soon as the soft launch finishes, we then go into the full launch, which is then the OnPassive business. And then everybody, all the founders, become a customer.
Right.
But obviously, being a founder, you have the privileges of being a founder. You have the benefits of being a founder. You have the bonuses of being a founder.
Yes.
Okay. Don't get me wrong. Once OnPassive goes live, okay, and we have the customer base, the customers will make money as well. The beauty about this is it's all way around. Of the customers who come into the business after the founder's position will make money as also. Obviously, to be a founder is the place to be.
Oh, indeed. That's the perfect position to get yourself into. Yeah. So, wow, that was a lot of wonderful information, Peter. I so appreciate all that you've shared with us. I think it's going to be well worth listening to this. Right now we're live, but you can listen to it again in the recording. Excellent information. I think if anyone is considering OnPassive or just heard about it, or maybe, whatever, they're on the fence, I think this should really give you enough information in hand to take that step. And because like you said at the beginning, you're not going to know everything, but $97 is refundable lifetime.
That's right, it is. And you can't go wrong. I mean, what business that you could pay, and if you're not happy with, they'll give you your money back.
Yeah.
And, like it's $97 is just a round of drinks anyway. Do you know what I mean? It's a meal out. So, and $97 is just going to change your life. As I said, if people are watching this, not sure, do what I did. Pay your $97, become a founder, and check it out afterwards. I'm still learning now.
Exactly.
I'm still learning now, and I'm grateful for all the leaders around me is helping me. And obviously we all help each other. But pay your $97 and be a founder. You will never regret it.
No, not at all. No. Exactly. Well, you heard it here, guys. I mean, easy peasy to become a founder, and there's no risk involved. So reach out to us. We would love to help you at whatever point. If you have questions, anything like that, go ahead. And as I said, reach out. We'll do what we can to answer all your questions. But seriously, like Peter's been saying, get in. $97 is nothing. And then it just opens all the stuff up to meeting Ash and being in the inside exclusive of founders. And you can find out tons and tons of information that's going on. And then, hey, if something happens that you say, you know what, I have learned about this and I don't want to be involved, you're not going to lose, because we'll refund your 97. But there are so few people refunding, because why would you?
That's right. Okay.
Exactly. Well, thanks, Peter. I'm going to let you go. You have a super evening there. And thank you, everyone, for joining me. Don't forget to leave your comments, let us know your feedback, and like, follow, share, join, do whatever you need to do, but get going with OnPassive.
Yeah.
So thanks, Peter.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks for inviting me. Okay, thank you.
See you, everyone.